Today the moon is in Pisces, which means on an emotional level we will be seeking wisdom and wanting to understand what it is that we're feeling. But in reality, there are three main astrological signatures bringing quite a lot of tension to our inner worlds and to our relationships. The first one is that the moon is going to join Saturn at the very end of the sign of Pisces. And when it does, there's going to be a all is lost, or maybe a heavy kind of feeling, a feeling like everything has led up to this, and the emotions you're experiencing are not only going to culminate in some sort of sense of wisdom, but also maybe a feeling like something has to be done immediately, like a sense of urgency to it. The other main challenge happening today is that the sun in Libra is going to form a challenging square to Mars in Cancer. Again, these are happening at the end degrees of each sign. The other planet that's at the end degrees of a sign is Pluto, at the end of Capricorn for the last time for 250 years. So all these planets are activating Pluto, which is shadow work, at the exact same time. Now, when Mars, the planet of action, comes into a square with the sun, representing our identity, whether it is our character or our sense of self, maybe even our sense of self-worth, when the two form a challenging square, that means that something in our lives is going to catalyze a feeling like we are challenged at our core. Maybe it's a feeling like somebody challenges your self-worth or challenges your identity. And so on that note, you might end up feeling like you have something to prove. When our emotions, when our emotions get activated, sometimes we get lost in the desire to prove ourselves or to make other people see us the way that we want them to see us. But that is such an exercise in futility. The other challenging influence that we have today is that Venus is in Scorpio. So in our emotions, in our relationships, in our sense of comfort within our lives, we're feeling things so incredibly deeply and taking things like really, really hard. We are assigning a great deal of meaning to every single event, every single interaction, every single emotion that we feel. And sometimes the significance that we assign these things is way out of proportion. Not everything means something. Sometimes life just sucks, sometimes people just suck, but it's not a reflection of your self-worth, and it's not always a reflection that you are or are not on the right path in life. So like, not everything's a sign is what I'm trying to say. Today you might feel like everything's a sign, and because Mercury's in Scorpio too, we're going to be seeing things on an extreme level, whether it be what we want other people to see, whether we get in some sort of an argument, whether we find omens or meanings in things that have no meaning. It could be a really challenging day. So the more that we can be self-aware, the more that we can go, wow, I'm really spinning, or wow, I got really triggered by this interaction, this situation, whatever it is. If you can maintain a degree of separation, if you can have compassion for yourself. Sometimes when we get really angry or really grumpy, it's our ego wanting retribution. And that's a place where we can get really lost. So yeah, good luck out there, you guys. Let's pull a card, a little bit of guidance. So two kind of came out. Let's see what we've got. The Eight of Swords and the King of Wands. Well, this is funny because the King of Wands is all about our ego, our identity, but more importantly, the futile effort in getting other people to see us in a particular way. So that's a theme. That's kind of what's getting triggered. And then the Eight of Swords is getting stuck in your head. It's being stuck in a mental prison that seems to be in an infinite loop, like the number 8. It's either bullying yourself, maybe in a relationship, feeling like you're bullied, but to embrace the reversal, it would be setting yourself free. The ways in which we recognize that we are imprisoned, either in our heads or in our relationships or our lives, usually have something to do with ego, either our ego or somebody else's. But either way, the more that we can get detangled today, the more that we'll be able to find clarity and get through this relatively unscathed. If you didn't see it already, I have full-length detailed horoscopes on my YouTube channel. I'm Erin, I'm QueenBeeTarot. Thank you so much for being here. Come back every day for your daily tarot and astrology, and I will see you tomorrow.